A lawsuit filed 4.5 years ago against Clark County has just come to an end, and because of it, a Clark County commissioner stepped down from his leadership position on the board.
Yes, since Commissioner Justin Jones announced he'd give up his role as vice chair but remain on the board, Fox 5 has been digging into the years-long battle between the county and a property developer. The county's extensive legal defense is being paid for by you, the taxpayer.
Fox 5's Kim Passoff here now with what we've found out and what happens next.
Back on May 17th, Commissioner Jones said the reason he was giving up his leadership role was the lawsuit. His dispute with the developer behind it started years before he even became a county commissioner, and that is where this story begins. Construction crews clear land atop a gypsum mine. The location, Blue Diamond Hill, with stunning views over the Vegas Valley and Red Rock Canyon.
This is private land that just has a very good view of Red Rock.
That is developer Jim Rhodes, the man behind mega developments like Rhodes Ranch. His company, Gypsum Resources LLC, is the plaintiff in the lawsuit suing Clark County, arguing they have purposefully and illegally delayed plans to build homes here for 2 decades. In thousands of pages of court filings, his lawyers allege, and a magistrate judge has agreed, the county, specifically Commissioner Jones, have even covered up their efforts to stop the build. Quote, "The totality of evidence presented leaves little doubt that the disappearance of all texts from Mr. Jones's phone was not an unidentified aberration of electronics or some other unidentified accident, but the result of a purposeful act that, as Clark County says, was knowingly done against county policy." Rhodes purchased the 2,400-acre property in 2003 to develop as a master-planned residential community. Similar areas have been approved by Clark County for residential projects, but Gypsum could not get the permits needed to build. In June 2011, Gypsum submitted an application to Clark County to build more than 7,000 housing units. The board approved their plan but reduced the number of units to just over 5,000. But according to court documents, the county allegedly misplaced Gypsum's file containing their plan, application, and proof of payment of application fees. 4 years later, Clark County asserted Gypsum had not filed in a timely manner and told them they would need to start over. When Gypsum did submit a new application in 2016, Clark County sued them, along with the conservation group Save Red Rock. Enter attorney and future Clark County Commissioner Justin Jones.
It's really historic that they would use taxpayer funds to sue a conservation organization.
Why was the conservation group included in the lawsuit between the county and Gypsum? According to their sworn depositions, it took Commissioner Marilyn Kirkpatrick and then Commission Chair Steve Sisolak by surprise. But Commissioner Chris Giunciliani sent an email in December 2016 to Jones, who was representing Save Red Rock pro bono, explaining, quote, "Naming Save Red Rock and not making them go to the trouble of intervening to get status is the easiest way to get legal standing to make legal arguments."
The motion passes 5-2.
In March 2017, Clark County commissioners voted the 2011 concept had never expired. Jones then accused the commissioners of violating open meeting laws.
They greenlit the proposal to go ahead and build up to 5,000 homes, but we're still fighting.
In 2018, Jones decided to make the jump from attorney to politician, running for a seat on the very commission that he was suing, representing the conservation group. During his campaign, Jones posted this picture on social media in a superhero costume on Halloween, calling himself the Red Rock Guy, writing, "My superpower is making compelling arguments for preservation and fending off my arch nemesis, Jim, the sprawl developer." That month, Jones sent this email to Clark County Commission Chairman Steve Sisolak's campaign manager as Sisolak was running for governor. If the case goes to trial, it will likely be uncomfortable for Commissioner Sisolak. Yesterday, the court issued an order and included some unflattering language about county staff and referencing Commissioner Sisolak. The order has not yet been picked up by the press, and I have asked Save Red Rock to hold off discussing it in social media for now, but I suspect that it won't be long before a journalist discovers it. The email also included a prepared public statement for the would-be governor to express opposition to Gypsum's development plans, which Sisolak had expressed support for in 2011. In an email to a reporter, Sisolak wrote, "What I don't get, Summerlin is much closer to Red Rock, and no one complained about that. I really think a lot of this is about roads." And in a deposition, Jones acknowledged he suggested that if Commissioner Sisolak came out opposing Gypsum, he would garner support, potential votes, from those in the Red Rock Conservation Group. Sisolak did release a public statement stating that he didn't want to be a, quote, lame duck vote on such an important matter. And the vote on the 2011 plan was delayed until Jones became a commissioner. Gypsum's attorneys call this the corrupt bargain between Sisolak and Jones. 2 days after Jones was elected, he dismissed the Save Red Rock lawsuit against the commission. Months later, in April 2019, Jones participated in a hearing and made a motion to deny Gypsum's application. Just 3 hours later, he deleted all text messages on his personal phone, according to federal court documents. Last month, a magistrate judge sanctioned him for his actions. Many facts related to Commissioner Jones and the text messages that disappeared from his phone are undisputed and lead the court to infer an improper motive that supports sanctions. The judge ordered Jones to pay Gypsum's attorney's fees. Jones filed a response with the court, saying there is no evidence of specific intent of why his messages were deleted, and the magistrate judge made an inferential leap. They were deleted in bad faith, and the court relies on what Jones did not say or explain. What are the fees of this case that has dragged on for years, costing you, the Clark County taxpayer? We put in a request with the county for that information last week. As of this report, a spokesperson said they were still, quote, gathering the information.
Last month, a federal judge dismissed Gypsum's lawsuit, saying they failed to prove that any federal laws were broken. However, the judge said that land use planning typically falls within the purview of the state and dismissed the case without prejudice, meaning it can be refiled in state court. Of course, Fox 5 will continue to follow this.
And Fox 5 reached out to the State Bar of Nevada about Jones' status as an attorney after the sanctions by the magistrate judge.
So they confirm they've opened an investigation based on the court's findings, saying investigations take 3 to 6 months to complete.